Let's read. Get out of here. Making something to eat to take with me. Okay. Missed the video chat from Snoozy. Hold on, let me call it right quick. Come baby girl. There go my baby mama. No, I'm just kidding. Don't you dare. And she better answer. This is the other account. I'm live. What's up, baby? I can't show y'all, huh? What's up, baby? I know. So is they messing with you over there at the job? Oh, she's coming. Okay, she's coming. Yo, Rondo, man, I love that Road Runner. I used to own a Road Runner, a 71. That motherfucker was fast. That was before my Nova. Anyways, that vehicle was very fast. Hey Snoo, what's up, baby girl? Herbo, Rondo, what's going on, beloveds? So we're gonna get to reading it. I'm gonna check the mail. I wanna go on make sure that this red dot's really typed in, because last time when I shot with it, I was kind of finger shooting, because a lot of people know I like red dot, but I like to shoot with the rel too. I like to look past the red dot. I like the red dot goes out and you don't have no batteries or the sun ain't up. I mean, you're going to have to know how to, your eyes have to focus at night, and you have to train them up so they do it quickly. That's why I gave you those eye exercises. One set. You also have the cupping eye exercise to the bright and back to the dark, and do it like 15 to 20 times, and then rotate your eyes 20 times, and then 35, and it's the muscle works. That's all. It's muscle. Eyes, it's all muscles. Anyway, I want to go out and I want to run a few rounds. Not a whole lot. Just run a box and about 50 rounds of 9 and some 223, and I got some very, very powerful 5.56. And it depending on the round you use, I'm not gonna say what rounds I'm using for the rounds of this, but I have 4 that I want to test, because they will, depending on the kind of rounds you get. If you was to get this kind of load, it would over penetrate about 3 or 4 people easily. This round could hit a small block. Oh yeah. So this is made by a friend of mine. Even my level 4 vest wouldn't stop it. Not at all. Not one bit. But I've been working on another type of stuff, which I'm not going to speak on here. For, they have full body tuxedos and stuff like that. Well, I've been working on something like that without the weight, but just messing with it. I would never worried about wearing it. It's good that I wish we was all together turning this stuff out and nobody would know nothing, but I'm not going to say no. I'm going to say at least now. I mean, I'm Unlike the Chinese TikTok, show me what you can make and what you can do, the knowledge you have in. I don't want to hear about you growing this. I mean, we all come from a family that know how to grow something. I don't want to hear about music. I don't want to hear about none of that crap. Show me what you can do. I want you to, I'll go in my living room, I'll bring dirt in, put rocks around and tell you, show me to make a fire. I will literally put on a yoga mat, 2 inches of dirt with rocks, put all the stuff for you to feather and whatever, and ask you with certain things in front, show me how to make a fire. Unplug all the TV and everything. Now you know they can watch, and that's what I want to know. I want to know, what can you do? Take your shoelace out your shoe. I want to, how far can you make it on your bare feet? I want to know what you can do. I don't want to hear all this goofy worldly stuff. I don't care about what you can play or how you can sing. I don't care about who you jamming with and the person you might know because of certain. I want to know what you can do. I don't want to hear about you can put a hammer in a nail because the majority of y'all will crack your thumb. I want to know, can you read blueprints? Can you lay out an electronic and bypass and showing the things that show circuit breaker or on and off switch where they connect that as far as reading? I want to know if it came down to it and we had to go on the ground, how much are you willing to put in with a pickaxe and a shovel? And are you aware of foot determined? Are you aware of, I'm not going to use the words they use. And at what feet should you stabilize so there's no cave-in? And what should you utilize? I want to know what you can do. I am so tired of this little plastic world our people in when they do greater things. I just got through watching Kira Meal had a live. Enjoyed it. He was grounded, and he's letting you know and see him. Now what doesn't trip me out though is what a lot of you people had this thing with these crayon damn colors. Kira Meal's family. And I'm not talking about the Spaniard shit. I'm tired of that too. I've been to Spain. I've seen the takeover. I've seen what the takeover looked like, and I also know the history of the true people over there. That's the reason why I'm reading to you. So some of you can alleviate this pain of in the hood. You got to be some fictional black retarded motherfucker. You're not too many people I want to lean on right now because a lot of y'all ain't doing shit. Excuse my French, verbatim. Y'all ain't doing not a damn thing. You're just running your damn mouths, corrupted, polluted, and you're not even focused on who the enemy is. That's why you had these little punks running around in Chicago, in Detroit, and all these other places, Florida, and all these zoos and whatever, doing all the dumb things, like in France with the drugs and the shooting. All these little punks ain't accomplished or done nothing, attempting to lean on the backs of us and our forefathers who have done some things, haven't given to anything, just running around like little women, broken. And then those who are coming into the knowledge, not saying enough, getting those who are like you and saying, not today, little niggas. Y'all gonna stop all this. Because see, the police ain't gonna stop. To them, you're nothing but a punching bag for the narcissistic sociopaths. But when you start hunting your own and saying we ain't having this no more, and we're not talking about because of drugs. You see the outcome of that stupidity. When you start hunting your own that's out there cooperating with the corrupted and the chaotic, then things will change. When you're the one kicking in the door early hours in the morning, quiet, but kicking in that door, telling that woman to shut up, you let him do this, this is what he got to get, and dragging his ass somewhere very unmarked. I don't advocate violence, but until that happens, you're still going to see the dumb stuff that's happening. And the men who are cowards right now because they're prolific in this world of stupidity and cowardness. I was watching them rappers and all these little goofy rappers like they speak for the majority of people. Oh no, on the barber chair. Yeah, these young ones is wild. Like giving that energy. What kind of poontang thing is that? Now I know what I'm talking about. What city is that? What state is that where the brothers is walking around blue state, so-called blue state, I hate saying that because there's nothing blue about it, nothing red about any state. That's the media. They corroborating you to get that energy. But what state is it where the brothers got up and said they still armed themselves and said, man, we going out here, we gonna stop this, because they know damn well the police ain't out here to serve and protect. The federal court already made that known. So what are these little people doing? So you get a job, say you want to serve and protect what? And they go out there and it's about revenue? Nah, man, then you become the enemy. It's not about an oath. You don't even know the oath you take, man. Nah. See, and people's minds are changing. That's why some people got off the forces. They said, man, I ain't gonna be out getting hunted, because they know they just man and woman or human. The rest maybe been in combat and be like, no, I'm highly trained and motivated. I'm not. That don't mean a damn thing. If some damn ragamuffin who likes dicking little boys down and pumping sheep, not all of them, all right, but don't have no problem killing you, and we're on our land. Anyway, let's go ahead and get 100 Years Lynching by Ralph Ginsburg. Baltimore Afro-American. Let's get it right, y'all. Afro-fucking-American. All right? Baltimore Afro-American. That means autochthonous to the land. Negro burned alive singing Near My God to Thee. Moultrie, Georgia, June 20th. Unable to wait until July 8th, the date set by court for the hanging of John Henry Williams, a small crowd of pale-skinned men took him from, and I'm not going to reward y'all with that fake-ass white. And I see some of y'all pale-skinned still pushing that white harder like it's something. You retarded mother. Anyway, and I'm grateful for the ones who realize I'm not white, man. I got melanin in me, but it's just a little less than you. Those are the smart ones. You want to be albino? I'll call you albino then. Leopard. How you originated in the first place by way of melanated people. Oh, go talk to some fake ass science and go talk to them, and you might find out where a lot of you come from. Now there's a bunch, and I don't even think they're from here. Some goddamn Ashkenazis. Anyway, let's go ahead. Set by court. Snoo, you right here, and it's saying you missed the video chat. This is the AI for y'all people. The AI is broken. Anyway, Williams, a small crowd of white men, pale-skinned men, took him from an armed force of 20 officers and burned him at the stake Saturday. Williams had just been convicted by the court of first-degree murder and sentenced to be hanged. He left the courtroom with 10 officers on either side. We all know they were cooperators. We all know that today. But when he appeared on the steps of the court, rebel rousers, remember, courthouse, shouts came from the crowd. Let's get him. Now the officers, you got to remember, a lot of these people came from up north. Ellis Island, through Ellis Island, nowhere else. Right on down south, moving into our places. Got to remember the time and the frame. All right, you got to remember this is June 24th, 1921, mind you. Came from the crowd. Let's get him. The officers gave up the man without a struggle, and the mob rushed him to the spot where they said he killed a 12-year-old pale-skinned girl. We all know it's pale-skinned men doing this, not no melanated person. Williams denied his guilt at the trial, and even after he was tied to a tree trunk near the edge of a big pond, members of the mob scattered to gather enough wood to pile around their victim and drew gasoline from their automobiles in order to make the fire hotter. So quietly was the seizure effected and arrangements for the lynching made that only a few persons arrived at the pond on the outskirts of the town by the time everything was ready. For nearly an hour, they tormented Williams, poked him in the ribs, cursed him, spit on him, and called him vile names in the effort to draw a confession. Finally, when several hundred persons reached the spot, a match was applied. Flames flared up and found their way to Williams' body. Now and again, he cried aloud, and his body went through horrible contortions. For a time, the winds carried the flames and smoke directly in his face so that he could not speak. Later, the wind shifted, and members of the mob, unaffected, recognized the hymn he sang, as near my God to thee. At the trial today, the jury was out less than 1 minute when it returned the verdict of guilty. That's why I say, you sitting there talking about a judge and those who went and caught a person, and how many people our people are locked up innocently, and maintain their sanity and righteousness. No, man, nah, it ain't gonna work like that. No, here in a little while. And see, the enemy knows it. In that manuscript that a certain congressman was reading, he knows exactly what's going to happen to a lot of the costume characters. And there's no way to stop it. Because they're going to keep doing their perversions, and they're not going to come over here and watch it. And the ones who are watching are the people in a position not to say nothing to those out there. Trust me. You see what they did in Hawaii, right? They barricaded and made the people not be able to leave. Therefore, they applied a death sentence. And then think about those people who I told you about who are very highly trained and highly motivated, who were standing by a craft of some sort. But you could drop them people down or pop them people out of nowhere, and they executed. And you see how many people were found with shots, bullet holes? They didn't commit suicide. They didn't have no guns. They were murdered. Children snatched away. Now, I don't care who they are. Pals, because there was some of everybody over there. Okay, let's read this one right here. This happened on my birthday. Well, we'll get to that. Richmond plant, lynching at McGee Art. Little Rock, Arkansas, May 21st. A Negro whose name has not been learned was lynched at McGee Wednesday night for alleged participation in an attack on J.P. Sims and a young pale-skinned woman while they were riding in an automobile along a lonely country road. The lynching occurred after Sims, a blacksmith for the Missouri Pacific Railroad, identified the Negro as one of 3 Negroes who stopped him on the road. Instead of complying with the Negro's demand that he leave the young woman, Sims opened fire and the Negroes fled. Like he didn't hit not 1 out of 3. His description of the 3 Negroes led to the arrest of one of them and the subsequent lynching. It's a lie. It's him who did what he did to that woman who was not even his wife. McGee Art, May 26th. No, I'm very familiar with this story, people. While returning from Holloway on Tuesday night, May 17th, at about 8:30, at a point not far from the cemetery, Miss Arbella Bond and her escort, J. Sims, were attacked by a Negro who had stationed himself in the road and commanded them to stop their car. The command was unheeded and shots exchanged between Mr. Sims and the Negro, but neither was hit. The matter was reported to the authorities. Nobody was hit. Authorities and the Negro captured and locked in the city, but they said 3. City jail. It is said he made a confession sometime Wednesday night after they tortured and beat him. A mob formed quietly, because you know how they play these fake-ass police do. So just let us know. We'll get you off easy. Don't worry, you won't do no time at all. Remember, they was doing that in the 70s and 80s, people, even up to the 90s. These old worthless, spineless pieces of shit who are in high positions right now. Anyway, it is said he made a confession sometime Wednesday night. A mob formed quietly. In some manner, got possession of the prisoner in some manner. And this morning he was found hanging to a tree east of town, his body riddled with bullets. Now, the above clipping is an account of the lynching of the Negro boy here a few days ago. The Pale Folks paper published here doesn't seem to try to prevent any facts in so grave an affair. It nevertheless tells of the affair about, like all such affairs, are related from this section of the country. The facts in the case are these. The boy lynched was not an unknown Negro, as reported, but to the contrary, was well known here. His name is Leroy Smith, age 14. His home is Lake Providence, Louisiana, where his mother, sisters, brothers, and stepfather lives. And he was working at the time of the tragedy for the Good Roads Company. When questioned at the jail after his arrest, he stated that he had been out frog hunting in company with 2 other boys, and after leaving the other 2 boys, he saw a car coming, which he thought was the car of the foreman at the camp, and that he tried to stop the car in order that he could get a ride to the camp, but was shot at by the man in the car. And let me tell you something, a lot of this stuff happened because they would run the families or murder the families and take the property over. Now, you won't see these monkeys in the banks who don't know no better, Negroes, Mongols, and I'm glad that there's some people speaking on it. Yeah, the drop, cure meal, whatever, right? The fact I already told you, I've been over there. And I keep telling you that the original cons, which alludes to actually being hired like a king, were Negroes all over, and they weren't just in one damn place. See, they gave you Genghis Khan, who was a nigger, all right? They gave you Genghis Khan, who rewrote history and fabricated ideology before the 2 continents of individuals went and conquered them. Just like I've been telling people, the Great Wall of China, we ran all over the place, was not built by these mother suckers over there. And everybody says they're doubting me, but people are doing the research and they're going, he may. As if I don't know. You're the ones who don't know, and instead of listening, because you listen to every other lie out there on truth coming by, you don't even know how to accept a little bit of that. Watermelon tastes a little funny here. Let me check it out one more time. Oh, let's go to eat the pear. The pears will do that. The witch call's a little different. Excuse me. That's so good. Oh, that's so good. That make you want to smack him. That's like eating one of them. Remember one of them? Anybody that in Newark, New Jersey, we have this place. It's a sandwich shop. Sandwiches Unlimited. In the 80s, listen to me now, in the 90s, excuse me. And they one of the best sandwiches shops in the world at that time. Sandwiches Unlimited had real turkey, had aged fermented cheddar cheese and provolone. You know, there's a difference. I'm not big on cow milk and all that. We know, and mucus and all that shit. Fermentation is different. Most cheese today aren't that well fermented. And that cheddar and Swiss that I would get on that turkey, about 2 pounds of damn turkey, on a roll that didn't have soy and aluminum and all that other crap in it, was 5 ingredients those rolls were made with. Salt, yeast, wheat flour, barley, blah, 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 blah. I'm talking about the best sandwich on earth. I heard today it's not so much the same, if it's even there now. But, fermentation. That cheese made it everything. Oh, yeah, I would get the lettuce. I wasn't too big on tomatoes. I mean, I always ate, because I ate tomatoes like a fruit growing up as a kid. I wasn't too big on sandwiches. They make it soggy. But I had that regular mayonnaise on there, that real mayonnaise. They didn't have soy. You see them put soybean in everything, these perversions. Are y'all calling these companies saying, why you putting that shit in there? You trying to make everybody a faggot? Don't speak to them just like that. Excuse my language. Sometimes you got to go over the board, man. You got to be very direct, but nobody's doing it. All these companies, they putting it in the mustard, they putting it in everything. Soybean oil. Look at your Surf Boy OD, that crap, that processed crap you're feeding your kids. Ramen noodles. Soybean oil. That's one out of 1,000 other bad things that are in there, okay? All right, but anyway, fermentation. And that was the best thing I ever ate when it comes to a sandwich. No, not better than Mama's fried chicken and whole cake and hot water cornbread, in a shoebox with foil. We getting old Rambler, going down south, North Carolina, wherever, right? Spend a week or two down there, Uncle Chang, the family reunions, whatever. All right? Yes, y'all. Oh, yeah. Any of y'all know about that whole cake, hot water cornbread, and fried chicken in the shoebox? Any of y'all know about that now? Oh, no, y'all. I'm riding in a Rambler. What? A Rambler can fit a whole family of 12 up in there. Well, y'all know about that now. Anywho, again, fermentation. Fermentation does your gut wonders. It doesn't matter what it is. I remember, I think I shared this on Facebook. And just one more thing. There's this family. I don't know if it's still on YouTube, but they had practice for decades fermenting and spoiling meat and everything. What actually would grow mold. They would eat this stuff moldy. These people ain't never been sick, never been to no hospital, never had no ailments. They drank water from their well. They pump up and had a stream, which because of the rocks, they said it made them clean. The water was pristine and crystal clear. I don't even know if they exist. I forget what state they were. I don't know if it was Washington or wherever, August. I don't know where it was. I remember I saw the video and I said, you got to be kidding me. It's real. So if you can find it, share it on Facebook or Instagram, somewhere, share it, because I'm not going to look for it. All right? Herbo, I know all about that. Okay, cool. That's what's up. So let's go ahead and get into this. So we read Pleiades. The reptilians. Whoo, child. Here we go. Oh, my fault. Terra Infinita, extraterrestrial worlds, and their civilizations. I'm just going to read them all. The story told by the woman who was born in the lands behind the ice walls. And I got to check my forbidden rights, too. All right, Nos Confanum. Okay, Claudia Maselli. So let's get ahead and get this going. Let me go. This is a short one, but let me make sure the rice ain't, because it's on low. I just want to make sure I don't need to stir. That and some jackfruit and some sour soup on the side. It's going to be the bomb. Oh, beautiful. Throw a little cayenne pepper up in there. A little cayenne pepper. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, this is going to be good. Coconut oil. Woo, child. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That coconut flavor, hit that little paprika and that cayenne, that little heat. Whew. Right, let's get it in. Oh, that forbidden rice with that jackfruit stew and some fresh onions. But y'all just don't know, man. You talking about good eating? Don't worry, if something was to happen to me, there's about 500 motherfuckers that be hunting any and every one of the pictures I've sent them. Hunting them. You could be part of that. Anyway, chapter 17, the reptilians. These beings are often mistaken for Anunnaki or other beings, but the reality is that they live far away from the known lands. Although they have visited them on several occasions. Now, you remember when we was reading in here, okay? The different Enki and Anu, and then the different individuals belonging to the federations. Okay. Anyway, here we go. On occasions, several occasions, and have made direct contact with leaders. Okay? So again, they have visited in the known lands, all right, and made several contacts with known leaders. They are beings who prefer to live far away from other worlds. Their homes are generally built underground, and these advanced reptiles have shown great hostility to humans on several occasions. They have encountered them. Now, generally, if they visit other worlds, they do so to implant, listen to this, implant subway bases. Well, don't be doing that. Yes. Implant subway bases that could be used in the future, since they monitor everything from there with their advanced technology. Although they have a whole circle environment for themselves as the Lacerta lands, most of them prefer to live in the island near that world. Now, by that world, and you would think that's some kind of spinning ball. No, like this is a world we live in. Though jacked up by parasitic pieces of excrement. They have a large subway city, and although they live in independent lands, they seem to prefer it that way. And they have had in the past great wars against the Anunnaki, and are considered of great advancement in development of weapons for destruction. These beings have earned their due respect from the great colonizers, and have never been used as beings for inferior tasks, nor have they been able to bend them in any way. It is very possible that if they had to choose a side, they would go in favor of the custodians in a possible future war against humanity. Listen to me. Until you change and manifest yourself as the most apt, other than what you put all that righteousness, put all that niceness, put all that wonder and beauty, put it aside. Allow yourself not to bathe for a week or two. Allow yourself to be engrossed and enamored in the truth of what they've done. Stop polluting yourself. But make sure that you have others around you just as you. That's all I'm going to say. Either you get that or you don't. Next time we'll get into the celestial lands and others in extraterrestrial worlds, okay? We're going to get just a little bit, 2 paragraphs of Mr. George Jones, An Original History of Ancient America. I believe, Oak, you got this book. I'm going to let you know what page we're on. So if I skip over word, because sometimes I don't read the words as they are, okay, on purpose. All right. So here we go. The difference, remember 1843, 1934, as far as, the difference in declension, for example, the existing Aboriginal population between Central and North America offers a problem worthy of philosophical consideration. We had already solved this problem in the first pages of this volume. Now, don't think I left off because I stopped when I was talking about Kiramio being our brother and that Spanish thing. No, I just thought I would let that go for a second. We'll re-examine that in a moment because I'm tired of repeating myself for some of these dumb Negroes of blackness running around in their foolish dichotomy of a narrative that they swear is theirs as if they made it and they're too stupid to know the truth. Anyway, we had already solved this problem in the first pages of this volume before the above was brought to our observation. The solution is founded upon historic truth that the Aborigines of the North will not intermarry or cohabitate with any race but their own, as it was meant to be. And they have a religious abhorrence even at the supposition of such a sacrilege. And for in their minds it is one. This principle of the house of Israel is even followed in European society by the fake Jews family, and that after ages of intercourse with the Christians. It seems impossible to eradicate the prejudice with the Aborigines of the North. I told you. And why would Frederick Douglass make the statement he did about Christianity? Though he's impartial and likes the good soul, it's the story of the Christian. He detests them for who they are: cradle robbing, wife beating, and everything else, land stealing. And it is not of this land. Is there something hard y'all having a hard time with the truth of? While you got monkeys in pale skin suits, half-breed nitwits who don't know the truth of how great their ancestors were, hiding behind our identity as if it's something, and a bunch of know-nothing, pale-skinned, lack-jawed slackers who can't even get their heads right to realize the truth of it. But it's probably too late anyway. Like I said, they wouldn't want to debate me being all, you have to be, I'm not going to be but the way I need to be. Sit there want to debate, you're going to get the smoke. Because the fire is definitely there. Anyway. Minds, it is one. This principle of the house of Israel is even followed in European society by the fake Jews family. And that after ages of intercourse with the Christian. It seems impossible to eradicate the prejudice with the Aborigines of the North. And it shouldn't go nowhere. As long as they know the truth. And this has been one of the greatest barriers to the propagation, all right? But it looked like propagation, it looked like with a G, of the Christian religion among them. As a most convincing proof of the above, we offer a historic fact not generally known even in America, and certainly not in Europe, but it is given upon the authority of the late President of the United States, General Harrison, and it is therefore unimpeachable in writing the forthcoming life and history of that distinguished patriot. It came under our observation during the required researches, and it is found in a document of his as late in date of 1838, obviously it would be around that time. At the commencement of the American Revolution of 1775, the government of Great Britain, through the influence of her traders, engaged all the Northwestern Aborigines in her cause for the purpose of laying waste the frontiers. So they had made this statement. The Continental Congress, most anxious to destroy this junction and impending calamity, sent, and that's why it's funny, on all the paintings and drawings and pictures, I don't see no fake ass so-called New Age Native American. No, and I'm talking about thousands and documents until motherfucking early 19 goddamn hundreds. You go back to the 16, 17, you monkeys ain't in there unless you're in 1950, 60, 70 paintings all of a sudden. Oh, well, actually 1980 and 90s paintings all of a sudden out of no fucking where. Just popped up, new paintings. But all the old shit, niggas. The true Hebraic people, the true Semitic, let's get it right. The oldest of all fucking nations, you monkeys. Anyway, The government of Great Britain, though the influence over traders engaged in North America, and because they said they won't conquer all this motherfucker, and nobody won that. Them motherfuckers been ruling it ever since, these fake Ashkenazi well, not since then, but you know what I mean. Making trade-offs with certain dumb, weak niggas, and their family's still here. Probably walking around just as fucked up as everybody else. Anyway, for the purpose of laying waste to the frontiers. Now, the Continental Congress, most anxious to destroy this junction and impending calamity, sent delegates to convince them that they were not a party to the quarrel, and therefore should be neutral. Now, the application, you heard that? The application met with no success, for the Aborigines viewed the colonists as their enemies and invaders, and as you should today, because they were the actual possessors and occupiers of the land and homes of their ancestors. Hello. The Republic of Tartary, motherfuckers. The Congress, knowing that from the time of the Pilgrims landing, this is a little secret he's sharing with you motherfuckers, Plymouth, 1620, the Aborigines would never associate as a community with the Anglo-Saxon race. So we're the white women. Oh, fuck the white women. And by the great family bond of I'm not saying it with hate. I am saying that because there is a reason. And I figured out, well, I'll have to get there one day. But now there are those that you must know who are ours. And if you don't, you should keep to your fucking own. Listen to me. It's just the way it's supposed to be. And when I state it, and come back to it now, Kiramil is our relative. Two distinct people alludes to something, though we shared borders. Because we are all from the same tribe, the same people. And you look at Kiramil, and some of y'all want to equate him to some Mongol or mongrel. Are you freaking retarded? That means you obviously haven't paid attention or done deep research. And it's usually these dumb niggas in these ghettos and these suburbs that don't know no better. Because you have been stagnant in your slave mentality in your concentration fucking camp, monkeys. I wish you would stop being monkeys, because that's not who you are. The true man and woman. Anyway, the great family bond of intermarriage. And again, community with the Anglo-Saxon race by the great family bond of intermarriage. The Congress then had recourse to the following novel. This is a long paragraph, so mind your pieces. Proposition, and it was actually embodied in a treaty concluded with the Delaware tribes of 1778. Not one treaty has been upheld, and it was never made with some TP living motherfucker. That's right, we had homes, niggas. So if you want to do a debate, I am more capable and able. Even with your little goofy, and I've watched several of them, fake scientists and genealogists and all the other goofy retards that y'all so claim. Still hiding behind fake history and narratives when I have some real pictures and narratives and treaties that don't even apply to y'all. That the Aborigines of the North, by remaining neutral in the war, should be consolidated into a state by themselves, and upon the achievement of national independence should be incorporated into the Republic of the United States. See, you had the United States Corporation of America. It was the Republic, and not of America, but the Republic of Tartary, the great, the Republic of Tartary, and then you have the Great Tartary. The following are President Harrison's words. Nothing can shew the anxiety of Congress to affect this object in stronger colors. And then the agreement entered into the Delaware tribes at a treaty concluded at Pittsburgh in 1778. By an article in that treaty, the United States proposed that a state should be formed, to be composed of the Delaware and the other tribes of the North. It was not the United States at the time. This is what I'm talking about, how they inserted and rewrote history to fit the narratives of what you see today. So they could create federal reserves, hitmen, take children and rear them and raise them, create wars, and you have a bunch of idiots who will serve these motherfuckers and foolish without knowing any better. Anyway, let's finish this up. And contracted to admit them when so formed as one of the members of the Union. Historical Discourse, Ohio, 1838. The above fact And remember, in the 1800s, when everything started being rewrote, of history certainly proves the anxiety of the Congress, not only to avoid their enmity, but to provide at a future day for their continents as a people and not their extermination. Actually, the Congress was ran by the same people, Negroes. And the same policy of the United States has now placed all the tribes on the west of the Mississippi, and for they would form no community founded upon intermarriage, and there to be protected by the government of the United States against all invaders. The government of the United States. That's the Vatican, the fake crown over in England, and so-called Washington were coming in the late 1800s, in early 1900s. So this is rewrite right here, which he's alluding to, is based outside source. It had nothing to do with this land or of us governing. It's because wars were imminent, and we always knew it. In vain shall we search, because you see where you are right now. A lot of y'all still don't even know who the hell you are. In vain shall, like it was hard to say they're from Africa and keep the truth of the narrative, not a reprint or recreation somewhere in early 1900s. Like, nigga, please. Anyway, because that's not what was in the Library of Congress. No out of Africa bullshit. They fucked up when they was rewriting history. Yeah, for those of us who remember. In vain shall we search the Spanish annals for an instance in their Mexican conquest of humanity like these acts of American commiseration and Christian policy. That's enough of that. Oh, anybody knows I detest Christianity, especially when it's some old pale-skinned woman and they talking. I know how to be polite and quaint and smile at them and everything when I actually want to take them and throw them in a bog somewhere. But that's unnecessary. No advocation for violence. That's not what it's about. You got to remember, ignorance is sublime. And it's sad that it is. But they're the last ones you would want to harm or hurt because they really don't know. Though they carry themselves as if they do, they really don't. Oh, that's so good. Oh, The Gods of Eden by William Bramley. I know someone watching now. How do you know all that? Wait, he ain't saying everything. No, I'm not. Baby steps. That was for the enemy. Oh, anyway. A couple of paragraphs. That was a long paragraph. No, for real. That paragraph was like a page and a half. That's why I said too small. First one, and then... oh. All right. Now. Oh, that was good. Now, the tablets are silent about which personalities were chosen to animate the new slave bodies. Listen. The tablets were silent about which that means the tablets. They didn't really allude to that fact, right? Which personalities were chosen to animate the new slave bodies. Now, based upon how things are done in human society, we might guess that the custodial society used criminals, deviates, and prisoners of war. Now, what I'm going to tell y'all, even though you see me reading this is for what they have planned. I thought I'd give you that little snippet. Anyway, deviate, prisoners of war, detested social and racial groups, nonconformists, and other undesirables to obtain the spiritual beings it needed to animate the new slave race of Earth. Humans were certainly treated like convicts sentenced to hard labor. With picks and spades, they, human beings, built the shrines. They built the big canal banks, and for food for the people and for the sustenance of the gods. Now, as beasts of burden, humans were brutally treated by their extraterrestrial masters. And the clay tablets tell us of vast and catastrophic cruelty perpetrated, think about you, Sue, by the custodians against the human servants. Cold-blooded population control measures were carried out frequently. As you can see, that is what's to come. 1,200 years had not yet passed, and most people cannot interpret it. Will read it as if it was yesterday. When the land extended and the people's multitude, and the land was bellowing like a bull, the God got disturbed with their uproar. Enlil, half-brother and rival of Ea, heard their noise and addressed the great gods. The noise of mankind has become too intense for me, and with their uproar I am deprived of sleep. Cut off supplies for the peoples. Let there be a scarcity of plant life to satisfy their hunger. Let there be a scarcity of plant life to satisfy their hunger. They're always going to give jujus, backwards, reverse, upside down, inverted. Is there something complicated with understanding that now? Adad, and in brackets, another custodian, and should withhold his rain, and below the flood, in brackets again, the regular flooding of the land which made it fertile. That means the natural waters that come from abysses below. As above, as below, not so. Should not come up from the abyss. Let the wind blow and parch the ground. Let the clouds thicken but not release a downpour. Let the fields diminish their yields. There must be no rejoicing among them. Now, that goes back to a time. These things are not new, people. Not only do they talk forward, they talk backwards. That's enough of that. One more part. Command that there be a plague, and let Namtar diminish their noise. Let disease, sickness, plague, and pestilence blow upon them like a tornado. They commanded, and there was plague. Namtar diminished their noise, and disease, sickness, plague, and pestilence blew upon them like a tornado. And you see the idiots doing that today. Now I'll get into what the line suggests, but we'll do that at a different time, all right? I'm not going to do that right now because that's pretty long. Okay? Okay. Jews and the Muslims, British colonial America, I'm going to actually be reading that this weekend. Yes, I am. Caramel sent that, and I've got to get into one of those books. I've been looking over them. I'm reading that. I need y'all to pay attention. Now, regardless of what it says, when I tell you something, you better believe I know what I'm talking about. We're talking about three decades of research and a decade and a half of travels. So you can listen to everybody else, but I'm gonna read it. It's pretty entertaining. I read out. I speed read, and also I look at certain paragraphs throughout the book just to go, let's see, let's quantify and see what it's all about. So I'm gonna get deep into it. And so I know there's a reason why he sent me it, because he's heard me talk about these things. Hey, Crystal, what's going on, beloved? So let's get into the reptilians in the history of humankind, the Anunnaki by Henry Crane. Did any who I know you looked him up, and what did you find out about this one? Crane. The birth of the Messiah. Expelled from the earth, the Anunnaki and the Draconians. Who was reading? Okay, all right. As a result of the Palladians' plan and the support of the interterrestrials, the Anunnaki were stationed about 560,000 kilometers from the earth. And from there, that means another land. Anyway, and from there, Enki tried to communicate through the phase with some humans on earth, but he had no success because the enormous distance between them could not connect them using the astral projection. That would be like day walking, but doing it in a form, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to get on to that. Okay? To make contact through dreams. All right, astral projection to make contact through dreams, as it had done many times before from his mothership. Now, at this distance, the subtle energies that the humans gave off could not be captured or perceived by the Anunnaki nor the Draconians. That's why Enlil came up to the idea of creating a suit that could eliminate the negative effect that the vibrations of the moon produced on them. Something that the Draconians did not approve, since they had another plan. Listen. At this distance, the subtle energies that the humans gave off could not be captured or perceived by the Anunnaki nor the Draconians. That's why Enlil came up to the. I feel a sneeze coming. Thank you. Thank you. Anyway, okay, came up to the idea of creating a suit that could eliminate the negative effect that the vibrations of the moon produced on them. Something that the Draconians did not approve since they had another plan. Anu was told he would be transferred along with the rest of the Anunnaki caravan to the astral bottom of the fourth dimension to escape the electromagnetic waves emitted by the moon. And from there, they would capture the subtle energies of the human and deliver them to them. Anu told them that was not possible because their bodies were not so evolved to move between dimensions. And the Draconians informed him that they already had the technology to travel to the fourth dimension without having an interdimensional body. Anu, amazed, realized of all the time that had passed in Urus, the earth, he had forgotten the technological advances that the Draconians could have reached as well. So he was unable, to do other than to imagine it. Draconians, Anunnakis, to work together to conquer. Anyway, Enlil asked them why they had to be in the astral bottom, and the Draconians explained to him that as the dimensions are interconnected, the lower is the frequency, the closer will be the lower dimension. That is, the astral bottom of the fourth dimension is the closest to the third dimension. Being in the astral center of the fourth dimension, they would be further and at the risk of not being able to capture the energies of the humans. Now, and while in the astral top of the fourth dimension, it would be closer to the fifth dimension than the third, and possibly their bodies would not resist it. Some kind of harmonic frequency to allow something that is not too perverse from the 7 to 8 hertz. You dig what I'm saying? In addition, they said that the rituals they taught humans to communicate with them only work when performed between two adjacent dimensions. Their plan was simple. Once installed in the fourth dimension, the Anunnaki could see everything humans did. However, they would be invisible to human eyes. Since being in a higher dimension, and these would be imperceptible, to the lower dimensions. However, they could materialize in the third dimension through the rituals that humans made on specific dates. So Enlil asks, what would happen if educated humans did not perform those rituals? The Draconians answered them that if that happened, they would have lost to the human farm. In other words, they were going to take the risk of going to the fourth dimension to depend on the free will of the human Lulus? Such an irony. I know some of you are going, wait. Something's familiar. So you're looking at something, you're going, hold up. Wait, are we dealing with that now? Wait a minute, hold on. You feel what I'm saying? This is crazy. Oh, no. Behold the Pale Horse, we're going to read about 6 chapters that we need to get to a certain point today. I'm serious. We need to, okay, let me share it with you. This is going to be a read, so I hope you got your, hey, boys and girls, pull your bootstraps up and tighten your girdles, okay? But we need to read 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be a read. It's going to be a good hour to 2 hour read, y'all. Oh, God. I hope Anyway, we need to get to the conclusions are inescapable. Inescapable. And that's, I think I could do it in one sitting. Because, I just read all this pretty much right here. It's about 8 pages. All right? We need to get to here. Okay? We need to get to here. We have to. Okay? So, I can start it. It just wouldn't be right. I want to read, and I want to break things down as I read. Look, totally, but there's some things that he isn't correct. But we're going to read it as written with my interpretations, okay? Based upon my opinion, okay? So, who all came up in here? I got to scroll back because they're all popped up. You dig what I'm saying? I Herbal, I got you. Trauma, I got you. Snoop, you already know I got your baby girl. Rondo, I got you, beloved. Benji, Nancy, all y'all, my beloved, you know. Excuse me. Yes, yes, Trauma, got you. Scott, what's going on, beloved? Early 90s. Oh my God. Sandwiches Unlimited every other day when I was. Girl, tell them about that Sandwich Unlimited. They don't know. When you would talk about the best sandwich, New Jersey Mike's, all them things was garbage. That's new age garbage. Soy and everything. Processed meat, garbage. You know, you dig what I'm saying? Oh, yo, Herb. You know, I figure you know all about that. Yeah. Just, yo. Christopher, what's going on, beloved? I need to come through there, get some of that good eating. Matter of fact, oh shit. Why you move the water bowl over there? I almost tripped over it, cuz. Oh yeah. I got those coconut water in there. Hold on. Alright, I got the forbidden rice. Now you see I'm drinking coconut water, but I also use it to cook with. I gotta put just about a quarter of a cup in there, and it'll be good to go with the onions. Hold on. My apologies, guys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Where that onion at? I know I chopped it up. Where you at? There goes my onion. Woo, shout. There goes my onion. Oh, man, it's going to be good. I'm going to show y'all what I'm putting it with now. Y'all going to be like, wait a minute, Red. Wait a minute, Red. Hold on, Red. I'm like, yeah. Chopping up the red one too. I don't want this white and yellow. I want red in there too, y'all. Just hold on. I'm gonna hang it up. Gotta get it all in there. And the garlic actually going in there fresh. Yes, sir. The garlic's going in there fresh. Fresh. People don't know about this here, boy. They don't know about that. Oh my goodness. This is gonna be man, y'all just don't know about this. Boy. Man. I say if you're gonna eat, if you're afraid to fast, eat the best, eat as healthy as you can, people. Alright? Ain't nothing wrong with a little cheat every once in a while, but I would prefer that you eat as healthy as you can all the time while you can. Now I probably sound like whatever. Hold on. Let me get in here. Okay, hold on. Yes, sir. Boy, y'all know about that, boy. Y'all know about that, boy. Y'all know about that, boy. Y'all don't know nothing about that, boy. Y'all don't know nothing about that, boy. No, sir. The cayenne pepper got my nose hurt. Got there. Cayenne pepper got my nose hurt. Cayenne pepper got my nose hurt. I know y'all probably couldn't hear me. I probably sound like Charlie Brown. Womp. Well, my apologies. I had to talk while I chopped up another piece. I ain't want this the red and the yellow onion. I want some white onion. Some white onion up in there. Like gas or something. But anyway, I gotta run out to the P.O. box and see what's cracking. You dig what I'm saying? What's that? Got some of that wild rice too. Yeah, the forbidden rice. The forbidden rice. That's you know. Kill Meal. Yeah. He look like some of my family too. So, but he is family. People get all this crayon crap all in their head. They sound stupid. You ought to see some of the comments over in the section. I was live. I ain't say nothing. I was like, look at these dumb, goofy. And you know, see, Kill Meal's a little more polite. I'm gonna go after you. I'm gonna go after you, tell you, little dumb nigga, shut the fuck up and everything else. And then you're gonna feel some kind of way you're effeminate because you've been raised by a mama probably twerking her ass. And I'm gonna sit there and not the bad mouth all the sisters. It's just what it is. All right. And I'm gonna tell you, shut your little punk ass up. You ain't gonna do nothing. Catch a motherfucking fit. Trying to get a brother to catch a body. Anyway, right? No, I was kidding. Reptilians in the history and humankind business administrator working at the head of states of Australia. Yes, that's what they're doing. The nasty motherfuckers, they're all around you. Well, at least the custodians are. Yo, this Earth. That's right. In the third dimension. Well, that's what they say. I believe we're in the crux of a lot of dimensions. We just can't see them. Sandwich Unlimited. Anyway, let me get off of here, man. Appreciate y'all hanging in. We're at 1 hour and 8 minutes. It's nothing but respect. You know, I've had some people go, man, how you talk, man? It kind of bothered me at first. It's a gimmick. Oh, there's a reality to some shit. Don't get it twisted now. Because, see, I would call them out because I want them to speak up. I want them to open their fucking mouth. They watch. I want them to say something instead of being a little pussies. Open their mouth so that way they can learn and get some real edifices. Because, see, they keep running. They want to stay in that fake world as if not saying something's going to keep them, make things change. It's not going to make a damn thing change. Damn sure ain't going to change their mentality because they're too stupid. Some people are born with this inability. And the thing is to prove that they have the ability to change, but they literally are born without the inability, with the inability to change. So, trust me on this. And that sounds pretty messed up and sad, right? Ain't nothing sad about it. Was you born that way? So take fake ass Disney's punk ass and throw that mental state, fuck the beast. And don't mean literally, women. I'm saying fuck that motherfucker. Beauty and the Beast. That bitch wasn't beautiful and that motherfucker was a beast. Fuck them both. You dig what I'm saying? There is no happy ending. Not like that. Okay? Everybody want to live. Nobody want dead. Well, I guess you feel like fuck your babies and grandbabies and your great greats, right? They probably won't exist. You know how many generations are never going to exist in this world? Huh? Do you? Souls for the taking, right? They're not going to be here now for nothing, for no one. Y'all better snap about your motherfucking sleep. Your good damn slumber. Y'all better. And you better be ready to fight, goddammit. And that's that. Thank goodness I know some pale skins. All they want to do is fight. And I'm saying, man, listen here. And I know plenty of brothers who will fight. I'm attempting to reach out to my brothers, get them to see the seriousness of it all. Let me say at least, I don't advocate violence on here. It's sad. It might sound like it, but no. Being angry all the time is one thing. Being pissed off and not willing to play games, it's a whole nother dimension. And some people are unaware because they're pragmatic in their own stupidity. I wouldn't give a damn if that stupidity has 8 goddamn degrees. It means not a thing to me. They are pragmatic because they've been socialites in that dichotomy. That is a dichotomy. All these people that get together, I've been around them with their degrees, talking and walking around, and the next thing you know, they put on masks and they humping each other. Men's, women were humping in their, everything. All right? Nasty fuckers. All right? All of a sudden, the little spoons come out, they're doing coke. The police ain't coming nowhere around all this big-ass motherfucking, one of our ancient motherfucking houses. They call it a mansion now. And they partying their ass off, and I'm standing there with 2 bricks of weed. Johnny's upstairs fucking Samantha's husband up the ass, and he's eating his sister's wife's pussy. Just the weirdest shit. And it smelled like straight ass, no deodorant. Like, what in the fuck? And it's called Let the Beast Out. What the fuck? Y'all don't, boy. Some goofy shit. And they ain't, if they only knew the truth. What they doing don't mean a goddamn thing other than the fact that they solidified their position in a world that don't exist when they get to where the fuck they're going. All right? Oh, the enemies, they know something, but they don't know everything. You motherfuckers are special. No matter the crayon color, no matter even the hue of. But some motherfuckers, a handful, are born where they just unable. It's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let me get out here and do what I got to do. Come back, and we're going to open that Pale horse. Oh, my God. And that's gonna be some good reading. You just hang in. I'm gonna probably be like, no, I read like that on my own, like just fucking. I can just read. But what I'm gonna read to you, I want you to really pay attention. But we need to get to the next part of that, and I've kind of slacked off. Remember the days and when I was sick for a week and a half, so we got to get to that part because we should have been there. All right. So respect, nothing but love, my beloved sisters and my brothers. I'm gonna catch y'all here shortly. Hold on. I just got a notification on this thing. What's that about? It's off on my phone, y'all. Except for the messenger phone calls. That's the only thing that's on. Because I'm waiting for my daughter, hopefully, to call me. Huh? Oh, Young Cherokee. All right, beloved. Appreciate it, man. Young Cherokee hit. Nice donation there, brother. Appreciate it, brother. Young brother. Hey, appreciate that. I was like, because it's right here, and it's actually, the screen's not on a timeout. Something popped out. I'm like, what the hell is that? So, appreciate it, bro. So let me see y'all in a little bit. Check the mailbox, and hopefully there's some good news. Hopefully I come back this motherfucker. Whatever the Fed's been doing, I hope they ain't manipulating my book, because I got the actual PDF on that motherfucking book. I hope they ain't too stupid. I hope they did. So that way I can go, it's not the same motherfucker, what these monkeys do. Anyway, love you all. Number respect.